What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming and my friends. I am back. Now, I recently did an unboxing of a game that I ended up getting a chance to play pretty much right away. In fact, you saw that game kick my butt for the Friday Night Fillers Solo Showdown. Well, that game kicked my butt, and I don't care. I loved it, and now I can't wait to play it again along with the expansion. So why don't you join me down at the table, and we're going to check out and see what we're going to get in the box. And yes, One Deck Dungeon. So the original game kicked my butt. I've not gotten revenge on that yet. You should go check it out. I thought I did pretty good right into that bad turn of events there. Isn't that always the case? So here we got the expansion, the first expansion of what is hopefully going to be many expansions. And this is the Forest of Shadow. So the Forest of Shadows comes with more dungeon decks, and it comes with more adventurers. 5 more ladies to add to your Femme Fatale Guild. And I can't wait, and neither can our man Fu, to see what the new cards are like. So let's check this out. And remember, always, my friends, always when you're using a blade, please cut away from yourself. I don't want to lose any viewers. And I just generally don't want you hurting yourself. But geez, especially because you saw me do something stupid. All right, so by Asmadi Games, One Deck Dungeon. One Deck Dungeon. All right, now the core game that I got had an updated rulebook, really cool, that had all the information for this also. And I'm wondering if this is the same rulebook. Yes. Yes, it is. It's the exact same rulebook as the core because they updated the core to have all the information that you would need for the expansion game. And you know what that is because they have these little leaf marks. And this means that this is a rule pertaining specifically to Forest of Shadows. Okay, very cool. I found the rule book to be okay. It's an okay rule book. I wish they had. I wish I had like a symbology iconography chart or something that would have, just all on one page. I think that would have been a little bit better. But I mean, generally it was easy enough to learn how to play the game with the rule book. That's for sure. So this is if you're going to be doing campaign mode. They have these sheets. So you can keep track of everything that's going on in the campaign as you're growing from story to story. And you get little perks that you're able to do as you meet requirements. Little achievements that you're going to be unlocking. So that's kind of cool. Gives a sort of MMORPG feel to the game. Okay. Come on. Here we go. The new ladies. All right, yes, we are very excited to see who is joining the guild, so to speak. So we have a hunter, a crossbow hunter with a wolf. There's an archer in the core set. You also notice that there's a 1-player mark. And the flip side is always a 2-player mark. And in a 4-player game, you're going to be using, because if you have both sets, you'll be using for a 4-player game the 2-player sides. Druid. 1-player, 2-player. And you'll notice the major differences here in the way the abilities are laid out in the health. This is your fighting, this is your agility, and this is your magic, and that's your health. A warden. Oh. She looks pretty tough, pretty cool. A Slayer. Nice. So wait a second. So we already have 1, 2, 3. That's 3. So the Slayer is number 4. Oh, there's the flip side if you wanted to see. 4, 5, 6. There's a 6. All right. Oh, I see what the 6th one is. Okay. And this is the Alchemist. Instead of a mage, we have an alchemist. I kind of like that. Now this, I recognize Kaliana. If I am correct, and if I'm wrong, please put a comment down on the bottom and correct me. But I believe that this was the free downloadable character that they came out with before this sequel expansion came out. You were able to download Kaliana, so now they gave her away. That's cool. And, you know, of course, I think it's cool because she's a Pixie. So she has just jumped to the top of the list for next character I'm going to run this through. Then you have your turn reference sheet with your boss fight information on the back side. When you gain potions, you're going to store them under here. And the cool thing is, before I take these out, let me show you. So if you ended up fighting this gnoll, you could take it and add to your fighting ability. You've learned something through fighting this creature. I guess would be the thematic reasoning for it. So you become a better fighter. So you now have 2 fighting dice. You can take this. You can take this for experience. Actually, it doesn't go on this sheet. It goes on another one, but it'll go on the turn tracker. I mean, the level track, I mean. But on the level track card, which is hidden inside this deck, you would put this to the side, showing that you have 2 of the experience needed to level up. And the other thing is abilities, skills. If you want to take the card for that, then that just slides right on the bottom of your card, so it's always visible. So I like the way that setup happens. I like that. I mean, it's a little annoying, yes, that they'll tend to slide around, they don't really stay in place. I admit that irks me, but I still like the way the layout is done. I just wish there was some card holding tray or something that you would be able to put the card on and then line up with the other cards, and they're not going to slide all over on you. So more dungeon deck. Now I'm going to assume that the backside is going to be the same as the other one, so you can mix and match them. And they have, let's see if I can get this in focus up here. That looks fairly decent focus. Can I get better? So this right here denotes that it's from the Forest of Shadows set. This denotes that it's a fighting encounter. Well, this here denotes that it is a trap to overcome. Yep, the backs are the same, so you can mix and match right in. So the idea of the game is you want to roll the dice that you have according to the number of attacks, of agility, and magic that you have. You get to roll all the dice, and then you need to fill in these boxes. Is what you have to do. Any box with a shield, you have to fill in first. So that's showing a yellow sword. So you have to have at least one die with 3 or better on your sword, your yellow die, to cover that up. Well, this one here is agility. You're going to need 1 die with 4 or better to cover that up. Then after that, you can worry about these. Anything you don't cover up, you're going to take the damage from. So if you only get these 2, and you fail to get these, and these are wider, you can use multiple dice, not just 2 or more. But if you miss these, then you're going to take 1 damage, 2 damage, you're going to lose a time, and that's a new symbol I'm not aware of, because I didn't read any of the rules for the expansion when I was getting ready for the core game. But that's also something bad that's going to happen to you. So as I was showing you before, then you're going to take it for the experience points, you're going to take it for the item, or you're going to take it for the ability. Wisp has a lot of stuff to fill in. Look at that. Panther Trap. Thorn Spitter. Thorn Spitter. That's actually a really good fantasy name. Giant Spider. Razorback. Oh. Cool. The artwork of these cards is nice. I like the artwork. Rune Circle, Razorback, Bramblefield. Vine Trap. A Rope Bridge. Good luck. So now, with the so I explained how you got to fill these in for the combat encounters. Well, when you're dealing with traps, you choose. You choose that you're either going to use magic to bolster it. That's going to cost you 2 time in order to do it, because it takes a while to cast that spell, I guess. Or you can just try to sprint across it. So you can either roll and try to get 7 or better on multiple magic dice, blue dice, or roll and get 10 or better on your agility dice, your pink dice. And whichever one you do, you're either gonna do it, or you're gonna pass, or you're gonna fail. So if you can't make it, then you're gonna take the 3. If you can't make it, you're gonna take the 2 and the 3 more time. And time is done by discarding cards. It's done by discarding cards off of these are the levels cards, the basic skills, the stairs. All right. Some more monsters. Okay, so whenever you have to spend time, you're literally discarding from the deck. And when you get through the whole deck, you shuffle it and you go down to the second level. When you get through the whole deck, that's when you fight the boss of whichever dungeon it was you decided to attack. You get down to the bottom, you go from level 1, deal with the encounters and whatever level 1 ability for the lair of the Indrax is. When you get to level 2, you deal with this. Level 3, you deal with this, and you deal with the boss. So that's why time is pretty valuable in this game. So now this was also free downloadable that they had for the first game, for the core game. They had available before the second came out. So it's kind of cool that they added that in with this. So I didn't have to print it up, because if I ended up printing it up, it would have been not as good quality as this, and it would have irked me. These are the monsters that we're dealing with for the second game. The Mudlands. Oh, some Mud Golem. Realm of Venom. Yeah, arachnids. The Vile Roots. Ooh, corrupted living trees. Oh. Corrupted animated trees. Smoldering Ruins. Oh, Fire Giant. Nice. And the dots on each one tells you the difficulty. So this one, 3 dots is extremely tough, while let's say the Mud Golem just has the 1 dot there. So that's going to be the easiest, while the 3s are the toughest. And as we started with the lair of the Indrax. And then the free one from the last one, which is the Phoenix's Den. So that's cool. I'm glad the extra ones came. So now we have the dice. Dice are cool. They're nice. They're kind of like clear frosted. Sound good and they roll good. That's what matters, right? There we go. So as I say, the yellow dice are your combat dice, the blue dice are your magic dice, the pink dice, or as I like to call them, the 2-gun Pixie pink dice, are for your agility. Now there's also a series of these black dice. Now black dice are wild dice. They're known as heroic dice. And if you get a chance to use them, they can be any color that you need. And the wooden tokens, which are the same as the wooden tokens from the base game, with one exception. So obviously, you're going to use these hearts for health counters. The white cubes represent potions. And if I remember from reading beforehand, this represents poison. Not good. They didn't have poison in the core game, the base game. That's something that they added in with Forest of Shadows. And all that. Got this. How easy is this going to be? Is this going to be, what's going to happen? They're going to go over the place. Let's see. How? This is not going to work. Okay, it worked a little bit better than I thought it was going to work. And the last one, I believe that's it for the dice. All right. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. So there you go, my friends. That is the unboxing, the official 2-gun Pixie unboxing of One Deck Dungeon Expansion, Forest of Shadows. There you go, my friends. I'm your buddy, Big Johnny G. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for coming back and watching these videos. I am